What's up, guys? Your boy GavinTube here, back with another video, and today I am going to be doing another, well, not really another, a ranking video. This is like my first ranking video, and today I'm going to be ranking all 4 Avengers movies with Avengers Endgame, so rank from worst to best, and I also did another video similar to this. It was top 3 best and worst Pixar movies. If you want to see those, go check them out on my channel. So, like, if it's your phone, like, go up there to that arrow thing, scroll down till you find it. It's been out for like 2 months, I think, something like that. Anyway, so today I'm going to be ranking all Avengers movies with Avengers Endgame. So, spoilers. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to click away if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame. 3, 2, 1. I'm probably going to put it in the title anyway. Guys, be clicked away. The only people that should be watching is who has seen Avengers Endgame, which is a lot of people. But anyway, let's start off the list. Oh, and before, one thing. All these movies are great Marvel movies. They're like, in my opinion, all the Avengers movies are, like, some of the best MCU movies. So, if, like, you think the one at the bottom of the list is, like, seriously, that's not a bad movie. Well, it's just that the ones before it are just better. So, all these movies are great, I feel like. So, anyway, let's start with the list. The worst one is Avengers Age of Ultron. So, great movie. Again, so, this movie was, like, probably, I don't know, it's, like, it has one of my favorite Marvel villains in it, Ultron. So, you're probably wondering why this is at the end of the list. I mean, well, some of you may think this. I know a lot of people think it's not bad at all. But it's like the worst Avengers movie, but still a great MCU movie or Marvel movie. But there are a few problems in it. Firstly being, I felt like they kind of wasted Quicksilver as a character. Like, this was his first movie, and like at the end, he died from Ultron. But what I do like about his character and how he died was that I feel like of course he sacrificed himself. So he went out like really the way he died was like really strong, powerful, and he's a hero for that. It's just I feel like he could have been in other Marvel movies. Like, what would have happened if he was, like, in Civil War or Infinity War or possibly even Endgame if he survived the snap? Like, what do you think role he would play? So, because, and, for some reason they haven't even mentioned his death, ever since his death. So, here's the thing about, let's talk about the team. Everyone, I feel like, is great. Iron Man, I feel like, in this movie, he's, like, well, in the first one, he was, like, super important. I feel like, in this one, I'm not exactly sure if he was the same level as important or more important, but I feel like he kind of played a major role with, like, creating Ultron. But, Ultron, the character, let's talk about him, too. Oh wait, before I talk about that, let me just say, I think it's great, like, the way they introduced, Vision in this movie. I wouldn't decide, I think this was the best film to introduce him in. But, yeah. So anyway, the character of Ultron. So, I feel like he's like one of the best Marvel villains in my opinion, because I feel like this would be what an actual AI robot would be like. Like, well, not all of them, but you know, some robots might have like wanted to destroy humanity. Not all at all, not all, but some, you know. And like, if you've seen those like Terminator movies or any of like kind of like evil robot movies, he's a lot like those, and I feel like that's what some AI is like. And guys, I'm not saying that there's going to be a huge robot apocalypse. Humans will do something about that, okay? So don't get worried. I'm just saying, like, I understand what he's doing because he's a robot, and I feel like, man, he was kind of scary if you think about it. The only problem I really had with him is that he if you remember, Bruce Banner and Tony Stark were the ones responsible for creating Ultron, but he blames Tony Stark for it, and he never really says anything about Bruce Banner. But I guess it might just be because like Tony Stark was the one that came up with the idea and not Bruce Banner. But yeah. So this is really cool because I like that kind of the comeback with Nick Fury in it. I actually thought that, so the first time I saw Winter Soldier was where like I was like, ugh, oh no, this happened. Like I didn't watch it all the way through the first time. There was one night where I watched it all the way through, but I've only seen it all the way through like once. Yeah, that was the only time really. But the first time I watched it, I didn't watch it all the way through, and I got to the part where I thought Nick Fury died, and I was like, oh my gosh, he died. But then I saw him in Age of Ultron, and I'm like, what? And I thought that was a cool comeback, because even for people who haven't seen Winter Soldier, all of Winter Soldier, I was like, oh my gosh, she's alive. But then I watched Winter Soldier, and it made sense. So yeah, I feel like, Scarlet Witch, she was introduced in a cool way, and it's kind of how, like, they introduce it to mutants for the first time. I know, like, how they haven't started the, I can't even say it, the, like, X-Men thing yet. They, like, just got the rights to it. So, they're gonna introduce the X-Men, so maybe she might have, like, some kind of connection with them. So yeah. Anyway, in third place is The Avengers, the first movie. Also great movie. Sorry, Age of Ultron took like a few minutes to do. Wait, how long? Oh wow, 8 minutes already. Sorry guys. Anyway, this was a great way for them to, like, bring them together. Nick Fury, I feel like, maybe one of his best movies with him in it. So, here's the thing about this movie. I feel like, how should I say this? Like, it's a great movie. I feel like everyone gets their moment to shine and stuff. But the only problem I have with this movie, really, is that, why can't I even say his name? Hawkeye was kind of underused, and because he was like, you know, if you remember, he was mind controlled by Loki, so, and like, he came around to work with them for the final battle at the end in New York. So he was kind of underused as a character. So that's the only reason. That's the only problem. But everything else great. Like, I love how Iron Man, the way he kind of sacrificed himself. Like, he didn't know if he was gonna live or he died, or if he was gonna die. Thankfully, he lived. He's my favorite Marvel character. So, yeah. Captain America, awesome too. Thor, awesome. I like how Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, like, they kind of, they're like the Marvel Trinity, you know? So, like, in the first one, the Marvel Trinity, like, remember that scene in the Force? I like how that happened because, like, they barely even knew each other, but then they became friends, so that's what I like about it, like, so it might be hard to work with someone, but soon they can become your friends, is what I like how this movie kind of teaches you. And it had some great humor in it, I feel like, so, yeah. It's just, another problem is, like, the reason why I have it as this list is the two other ones have, like, way more characters and stuff like that. So, anyway, moving on. Second, and number 2 is Avengers Infinity War. So, this movie, awesome. Just great. Like, the first, like, the 10 years of Marvel movies kind of leading up to this. Like, after 10 years of build-up, and it comes to this. So, this movie also had problems. Like, every movie has problems. So, this one actually has not too many. Not too many at all. But let's just start with the problems first. First problem is that, and this isn't a big problem, I'm just saying, the, like, fight scenes aren't, like, with all of them together. Like, there's some big, awesome fight scenes that I loved, and I wouldn't replace with any others, and what we got is amazing. But, I was kind of expecting for, like, literally, like, just all of them, to just come with, like, with one fight. And I understand why they couldn't do that, because, like, they wanted to keep the stones, like, away from each other, so Thanos wouldn't get them at, like, the same time, if he did get them. I just kind of wish that happened, but, I mean, it's not, like, a big deal. Second problem I had was that, Ant-Man, and there's four characters missing. Ant-Man, Wasp, Hawkeye, and Captain Marvel. And I kind of understand why Captain Marvel wasn't in it, because, like, her movie was introduced. And I kind of understand why. It would work if they were there. But those are the only two problems. Good things about this film. Now with good things about this film, I like how, like all the characters just get their moment to shine in it. Great humor. I feel like there's no humor placed in the wrong places. Iron Man, a great character. I feel like this one, he actually has one of the most screen times in this movie. He's like the third one with the most screen time. The first being Thanos, and the second being Gamora for some reason. I'm like, she didn't actually seem like she had that much screen time, but apparently she does. But I feel like Vision was really cool. Like how, like, he was really willing to sacrifice himself. Like, he told Scarlet Witch that she had to destroy the stone, or half the universe would die. So, yeah, that's really great. I feel like maybe Captain America was kind of supposed to play a bigger role. But, I mean, he played a pretty good role in it. I feel like, and I gotta talk about, the ending, don't I? Yeah, the ending. So, it was really sad for me. I actually didn't cry, but I was like, I couldn't cry because I was just too surprised. Like, they actually lost. And, yeah, and, like, the saddest moment was when Spider-Man died, which is, like, oh my gosh. And I was thinking in my mind, like, How can all these people die when they have movies on the way, like sequels? And then, of course, I knew they had to do something else. Then I looked on Google that day, I'm pretty sure, that same day, on like Untitled Avengers sequel. And I was like, oh, okay, so they're getting another movie, which is first best Avengers Endgame. That is what restored Infinity War. 11 years of build up, technically. Infinity War, yes, but this also, yeah. I feel like this actually teaches. Wait, let's get into the problems first. First problem, and this isn't huge, but I feel like Captain Marvel should have played a bigger role in it. Like, they said, like, she would be the most powerful, and I actually didn't really care that much that she wasn't in the movie that much, but, I mean, I just thought she would be in it more. But what she did have was pretty good. I feel like Captain America plays a bigger role in this one. Yeah, so, but, like, probably, like, the biggest role that anyone has is Iron Man, and then the second is Captain America. Another problem, was that I feel like the humor was placed, like, right after something was important, so that wasn't really, like, that good. So, that's why, that's just one of the problems. Yeah, I feel like this movie also teaches, like, real-world problems about kind of how you can be sad after something, and, also how, like, you can kind of get over it. Like, the thing with Hulk, he, like, kind of had anger, but he, like, Hulk and Bruce Banner, like, became one person, which was actually pretty cool. I feel like, Hawkeye, him killing the people who deserve to be killed, I feel like, because, like, they were, like, criminals, they should have been killed. And I kind of agree, like, a bunch of innocent people were killed by the snap, and I'm like, what? And I definitely have to talk about this. The end fight, amazing. Oh my gosh, everyone was there. Well, almost everyone. Anyone who wasn't killed by the snap, like Vision, 2018 Gamora, and why can't I say? And Loki were not there. So, they may even build another Vision. Who knows? But anyway, the in fight scene was phenomenal. I feel like it was great. Just everyone was there, and yeah, it just had a bunch of action in it, and like the way like Captain America was like, oh no, we're the only ones that can fight this big army. We need way more people. And there was like multiple armies that came for them, and which was pretty cool. And I feel like that was awesome that happened. So yeah. And the way Tony killed killed Thanos and everyone else was really cool. So yeah, and the funeral, and I actually cried when he died. So yeah, and the funeral scene, like with everyone there, was really cool too. And I feel like they really played a lot of respect to him, because he was the one that started off the MCU. So for him to die, like, that's him going out in a good way. So yeah, well guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please remember to like, click the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.